It's 5 o'clock, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for...
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
Absolutely, I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And welcome to episode 14. Guys, please subscribe to the channel first of all. Every single Wednesday we put the show out, we look at 4 products, some older items, some brand new items, but we try to perform every single trick we review, unless the trick is bolted where I fail miserably, but other than that, every single trick. And the first thing we're going to review right now is a very new item. It's by Sebastien Calbry. I think Sebastien is French. In fact, I know he's French because he sounded French. Sebastien Calbry. It's called Majesty. It's a packet trick. You know I love packet tricks. I thought what we'd do first of all is I'll perform it for everyone and then we can have a chat about it, okay?
Yeah.
So, I have a very manly pink wallet here. Very manly pink wallet. Inside this wallet, I've got some cards, Ryland. These are queens. This is queen number 1. This is queen number 2. This is queen number 3. This is queen number 4. Right, this is called the queen trick. Do you know why it's called the queen trick?
Why?
Because it uses 4 queens. It's not a trick. It's not a trick question. Uses 4 queens. Now, Ryan, the question here is, would you be impressed if I could get these queens and visibly make them appear in the wallet?
Yeah.
Would that be good?
Yeah.
Would I get a round of applause?
Yeah.
Check this out, watch. Done. There you go. You impressed?
No.
You're not impressed. This is your not impressed look, is it? No. Okay, that's cheating. In order to get the cards back into the wallet, though, by magic, I have to use... real magic, and there's a difference between real magic and sleight of hand, and I'm going to show you the difference right now. Look, let me show you the difference between real magic and sleight of hand. I will first of all give you a demonstration of sleight of hand. Look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the queens and I'm going to spread them out a little bit like this. I'm going to try and make them, the whole idea is I'm going to try and make them as even as possible. So watch, I'm going to try and put that one there. We'll put that one there, we'll put that one there. That's a fairly even spread. Now I want you to watch, you can see them all face down. If I just shake like this, what happens is the first queen, the queen of hearts, turns over. Now I'm going to do that again, watch. If I give another little shake, now the queen of clubs turns over. Let's do it again. I'm going to give another little shake, and this time the queen of diamonds turns over. Now the last one is the queen of spades. I'm going to square everything up, give it a shake, and just like that, the queen of spades turns over as well. That's all 4 queens. That's sleight of hand. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, right? But to get the cards back into the wallet, I have to use real magic. Watch. If I squeeze just like that, the queens disappear. And when they do, they appear back there inside the wallet. And that is how you get queens into a wallet by magic. And that's it. That is called Majesty. What was it called? Majesty. Let me just put that back over there. And that's the trick. So, what you are basically buying here, and it looked terrible from where you were looking, wasn't it? It hopefully looked okay for you guys, but from him, how bad did that look? That looked awful. He saw exactly what was going on. What we have here is we have basically a packet trick that allows you to visibly make the queens turn over one at a time. There's variations on there as well. There's another gimmicked card that allows you to make the final queen of spades look even more visual. There's a version where you've got a queen of spades that goes up through the packet one at a time, a face up queen, face down cards, and as you shake it, it goes up through the packet. Lots of different versions. Here's what right, okay, so there's a couple of issues that I've got with this. First of all, it is very difficult. It is very, very difficult. I showed it you. What did you think of it? You were like,
That's impossible.
That's impossible. It's a very difficult trick to do. In fact, when you watch the download, there's a 27-minute download with it. The first thing the guy says is, you need to be an experienced magician to perform this. This is not something... And he says, hey, I've been doing card magic for years. If I did a Rubik's Cube trick, I'd struggle. This is not an easy trick to learn. And it's not. And there's one of my problems, because this is basically a gimmicked version of Guy Hollingsworth's Waving the Aces. And I do Guy Hollingsworth's Waving the Aces. I think I put it on the YouTube channel, where you just take the cards and you shake them, and one at a time to turn over. This makes it easier, because with Guy's version, there's a lot of half passes and there's a lot of reversals when people are under misdirection, and it is quite a tricky move to do that alignment move. With this, because of the gimmicked cards that you get with it, it makes it a lot easier. There's no turnovers. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. So the move is very tricky. It takes a lot of practice. I've spent a few days practicing this in order to do it on the show. But if you're going to put the effort in to do a trick that's actually really quite difficult, why not get rid of the gimmicked cards and actually do a version that you can do with regular cards, like guys waving the aces? It's only a little bit of extra effort. That's my first problem with it. My second problem with it is the angles. You tell everybody what it looked like while I was doing it to camera.
It looked like you're doing loads of sneaky things.
And you could see all the gimmick cards and everything, couldn't you?
Yeah.
In reality, the viewing angle, it's not even 180, because people won't really see from the side. They might not see what's going on, but they won't really get the effect. It's really to perform in front of you. So if you're doing mix and mingle, forget about it. People are looking from behind, forget about it. If you are performing at a big table, it could work. Social media, it looks great, but you'd have to be aware of your viewing angles with this one. And then the other problem, although I have found a solution for this, the other problem was it can't be examined beforehand and it cannot be examined afterwards. And the routine kind of makes you want to examine it. So how I got around that, and feel free to use this isn't in the download, but I threw a Himba wallet in. And my concept behind it was, on one side of the Himba wallet, you've got regular queens. And then you make that old gag, if I could visibly get them in the wallet, would that be good? Put them in the wallet, then do the Himba move. So now you're in a situation when you take them out, you've got the gimmicked cards. You can then do the routine with the gimmicked cards. And then I use the vanish to actually vanish them and have them go back in the wallet. The vanish I used is an old Pat Page vanish. So, it's kind of this sort of thing. But that an old card manipulator style vanish, but it looks really good. And then you can ditch those as they take the regular cards out the wallet. So that allows the cards to be examined beforehand and be examined afterwards, and feel free to use that. But without that, it begs to be examined. You want to examine it and you can't. And that's an issue for it, I think. So look, I've talked an awful lot. I'm not sold on this completely. I think it looks really visual, and you can expect to see this going up on my TikTok channel soon, because I think for TikTok this is great, but I think there's too many negatives. It's if you're going to go to this much effort to learn a routine, put a bit more effort in and learn Guy's routine with a regular pack of cards is my attitude. What do you think, buddy?
I think it's a bit good.
It's a bit good. It's a bit good. You've watched it, would you want to learn that, or are you thinking, nah, I wouldn't want to learn that really?
Not really.
You don't want to learn it. And this is a kid, like, how badly do you want to learn every magic trick that comes out? Pretty much every trick. He's like, yeah, I want to learn that one. So what are you going to give it, first of all? What are you going to give it?
I'll let you choose first.
Oh, really? You're just going to copy me, aren't you?
No.
I'm going to get, look. For the right person, this is great. And I'm not saying this doesn't work. When you do that, hopefully it looked good to you guys when I was performing it to you. If you do this right, then this looks really, really good. And maybe for a YouTuber, a TikToker, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Maybe for a parlor show, maybe you looked at that performance and you're like, I've got the perfect place to put that. For me, I do waving the aces. I'm probably not going to do this, even though I've gone to the trouble of thinking about the wallet and everything. I don't know if I'll do it or not. It's okay. It's over very quickly. I remember when I showed this to my wife, and she went, well, that was over very quickly. That was a quick thing. And it is, for the price that you're that's my wife saying to me, that was over very quickly. How many people are going to screen capture that? Doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know if it's over too quick. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to give it 70%. I'm going to give it some. It's okay. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to get 80%. It's well made. It'll last a lifetime. It does what it says on the tin, but I'm not feeling it. What about you?
75.
75. You just copied me, didn't you? Yeah. Are you going to do this? Would you want to learn this?
No, because it's not over 80.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That's Majesty. It's okay. It's just not brilliant. Right, review number 2, we're going to be looking at Daryl's Rainbow Ropes. You have become, in the last few weeks, a bit of a ropeaholic, haven't you?
Yeah.
You do fibre optics, you do ring on rope, that went up on your YouTube channel. We reviewed a couple of weeks ago Acrobatic Knot by Daryl, and now this is another Daryl rope routine.
What about the red and white rope?
That's called Acrobatic Knot. We call it the red and white rope trick, but it's actually Acrobatic Knot. And this is another one, Rainbow Rope. So you're going to perform this for me, and then we'll talk about it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, go, perform.
I've got 3 pieces of rope. I've got a green one, That's the green one.
Yeah, see it there?
And then I've got a yellow one.
Yeah.
And then I've got an orange one.
Okay. 3 pieces of rope.
Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie a knot in the orange and the yellow piece of rope.
Okay.
Here.
You're tying them together.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie them together.
Okay.
Like that.
That's fair. I'll put that over there. Yeah.
Yeah, put that on the table. And then we're gonna do it with this one here. Okay?
So you're tying the green and the yellow one together.
Yeah, the green and the yellow one together.
Okay. What an awesome knot tyer you are. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's fair.
You're happy with it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now when
So we've got 3 ropes tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mum's washing line broke.
Your mum's washing line broke.
Yeah, I'm trying to make another one made out of rope for her.
Oh, that's nice of you.
There we go.
What? That just jumped off the rope. That's insane.
Jumped off a rope.
Wow.
Look, we'll do it with this one. Look.
Is your magic breath not working?
I don't know. Maybe I can snap and make it go into a sliding knot.
A sliding knot.
And I can actually slide it down the rope. And then pull it off. And then, Mummy, there you go. You can have it as a washing line.
She looks so glad about that as well. You just threw it in her face. Wow. Okay, so that's the effect. You got 3 different coloured pieces of rope, and you tie them in knots, and you magically restore it into one long piece of rope. There's a lot of. This is a Daryl routine. Daryl, the late great Daryl, he made this famous. Murphys have re-released it. You can get the neon version, which is what you've got, or you can get the classic version. The difference is the classic version is made out of red, white, and blue. I think it is. The neon version glows in the dark, which is really cool. What you just saw Ryland do, that's the routine. It's like as simple as that. You see what Mummy's doing over there? I've just said they glow in the dark, and Mummy's trying to look at she was putting her eyes over the thing to look at it.
They actually do that.
I know they do, yeah, they're cool. So if you're doing a stage act and you want to have the lights go down and do it, and it'll look really cool like that. Anyway, the Murphys have re-released it. The download is really good. There's lots of different options, lots of different variations. You chose to have one of the knots pop off and have the other knot slide. You can have both knots disappear. How difficult is it? Right.
You can have both knots drop off. You
Exactly.
can have one wrapped around and then it just disappears.
Yes, indeed. There's lots of different variations, isn't there? Now, I'd say the most difficult rope routine you do is fibre optics, Richard Sanders fibre optics, because there's a lot going on, isn't there? It's like, now do this, now I'm pulling the ends off, now I'm putting the ends back on. What's the difficulty of this like compared to something like fibre optics? Tell them.
Telling them, putting the knots on, because there's stuff you have to do to, like one of the knots, if you're doing the drop off one, it's like hard because where you want it in like where that's there, but when you're pulling it sometimes like slips out and you have to like push it back in.
But you've done it every single time now. What's the false count at the beginning? Is that difficult or is that fairly easy?
That's difficult.
As difficult as the one in fibre optics? Or?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, so, but, you learned it. How long did it take you to learn how to do it? Bearing in mind, you've got experience with rope magic. You do a lot of rope routines. Did it take you about an hour? Half an hour?
You taught me in like 10, 20 minutes.
And then you kind of did it almost straight away. You then went to bed and practiced it all night when Mommy thought you were sleeping. You were up all night practicing the trick.
Yeah.
And then you woke me up in the morning to show it me and it was perfect. So I imagine you stayed up all night practicing it.
Yeah, I never went to sleep and that's why my mum is so mad right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I just gave her a washing line, so I could try and make her happy.
I literally have nothing to say about that. Guys, it's a really super visual trick. Look, what you just saw Ryland do is the perfect demonstration of that trick. If you like rope magic and you don't do this, this is a great trick to do. It's perfect for kid shows because you can have the comedy. You can do the thing where you blow on the knot to have it disappear. You've seen me do this in a virtual show, haven't you? You blow on the knot to have it drop off, and the other one drops off instead, and you've got that look, no see. So it's great for a kid show. It's great for stand-up, but also it'll work mix and mingle. I think it'd be
I'm
overkill.
not untidy.
I think it'd work mix and mingle. I think it's overkill mix and mingle. It'd be perfect for a big table. And with the neon ropes, especially in a low light environment, it'd look really good. There's versions on there that happen in the spectator's hands. So if you do want to do it close up, you can have it happen in the spectator's hands. You can do a version like Ryland did where you do it on stage and you've got no one with you. It's just a really versatile, really great trick. It doesn't take up much space. You can just keep it in a little box it comes in, and if you want to do it, you can have it ready to go anytime, anywhere. You can just have it in your pocket and pull it out and you're good to go. I really like this. I've always liked this routine. I've done this many years before it was re-released by Murphy's. What are you going to give it? I know you absolutely love this. What are you going to give this one?
100.
100%. I'm really not surprised. This is 100% off Ryland, and I'm going to give it 90%. I do this. I've done it for years. 92%. I'm not going any higher than that. I really like it. I'll do it all the time. Daryl was an amazing rope magician. This is an amazing trick. Thank you, Murphy's, for re-releasing a modern classic. This is great. Let's move on. Right, next up, review number 3. We've got a new download that's been released through Vanishing Ink. It's called Pluck. I'm going to perform it for you, and then we'll talk about it. All right, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm going to perform this for you. So I'm going to go through the cards like this, give them a mix and a drop. Just say stop any time you want.
Stop.
There, you sure? You want that one or that one? Cool. Have a look at it. Show the camera. Do not show me. When you got it, put it back. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Because if you're happy, I'm happy. I'm going to mix it up and drop it down into the middle. Cool. Your card is lost. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there is your card.
Not holding.
No, I'm not holding any breaks. Well spotted. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to try and find your card, okay? But I'm going to do it in a really magical way. Like, I'm going to do it in such a magical way. I'm going to go through these cards, buddy. I'm going to dribble them down onto the table. And I'm going to try and find your card. Okay, I'm going to try and find your card. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to pluck one card out of the deck as they fall down onto the table. And it's going to be your card. This is going to be legend. Wait for it, Daryl. It's going to be amazing. You ready? Here we go. I think I've got 2 cards, which is a massive problem. Oh boy. Okay, one of these has to be your card. Okay, it's not the 2. You didn't pick the 2 of spades, did you, Ryan?
No.
Your card, the 6 of clubs.
No.
What?
No.
It wasn't the... Are you sure?
Yeah. It wasn't the 6 of clubs.
Or the 2 of spades? Okay, well, if we take these 2 cards and put them together,
Well,
2 and a 6 would make 26. I mean, 6 and a 2 makes 62, but there's not 62 cards in the deck, but there are 26 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you pick up the cards, I don't want to touch them, and deal 25 cards into a face-up pile one at a time. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Stop, Ryland. This card is the 26 card. I plucked out the 2 and the 6. Rye was your card, the Jack of Diamonds.
Yeah.
Boom! Wow. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's the trick. It's called Pluck. It's a download. You use any deck of cards, and you are good to go. Now, there is a small setup. The setup can literally be done on the fly in a moment's notice. So you can literally, if you're half decent at culling, or you just got like a natural break in between tricks for a couple of seconds, you can set this up on the fly in about 30 seconds to a minute. Absolutely not a problem. Or you can have it preset. It's totally up to you. I love the premise of this trick. What do you think?
Love it.
I love the premise of reaching in and plucking out one card. Now, I didn't do that trick justice. I think I did it okay, but I've only just been working on this for a couple of days, and I need to get it a bit better. When you watch the trailer and you see the guy just literally comes in, and that's the level that I want to get to. It's a knacky. It's not difficult, but it is knacky. Okay, this moment here. There's a certain knack to it, and it's one of those things that when you get it, you go, oh, hallelujah, I've got it. I'm not hitting this 100% of the time right now. I'm hitting it probably 90% of the time, but that's just due to the fact that I need a little bit more practice with it. But the reason I'm practicing with it is because I think it's an amazing trick. I love it. Also, it can be hands off. You don't need the spectator to touch the cards at all. It can be completely hands off.
Or just say stop, or say top or bottom.
Exactly. So when you get to this point, you can say, do you want this card or this card? This card, have a look at it, remember it, don't forget it, and you can do it that way. I really like this. What do you think of it? I mean, you saw me do it.
I think it's very good.
You were totally fooled, weren't you? When you saw me, you watched me do this over breakfast, and I was like, hey, I'm working on a new trick. Can I show it you? And you were like, yeah. And I showed it you, and you were fooled completely. You had no idea how it worked.
Yeah.
And I've shown it you. It's not that difficult, is it?
No.
It's a bit knacky, though. There's a bit of a knack to it. You're going to have to practice reaching in and pulling out the right card if you want to get it 100% every time.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's really good. Do you like it? Yeah. Tell me what you think. What would you give it out of 100? 100. You give it 100?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what? It is super commercial, and it's £9 or something like that. You just get the download. It's like a 15-minute download, but that's all you need to be. There's no sleights as such. There's an island shuffle in there. There's a very simple control, and there's a little bit of estimation cutting. But outside of that, the main thing that you're going to need is to sit there one night and just practice doing that over and over again. But it's not as hard as it looks. It's just knackered. I really like it. I'm giving it 90%. It's one of those. No, stop bullying me. Stop bullying me. Stop hitting me. Stop bullying me. It's one of those routines. It's one of those routines where I think once you've got it down, it'll be a mainstay in people's acts. They'll be doing it for a very, very long time. So yeah, it's a really good routine. Go check it out. It's available now to download from Vanishing Ink. Right, time for the final review. It is T1000 by Nemo, marketed by Hansen Chen. Hansen Chen, I think, was the dice. Remember the dice with the 4 dice and the little see-through box that we reviewed a while ago?
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, we're going to perform this. We're going to get the camera in really close so you can have a look at it, and then we'll talk about what we think about it, because me and Ryland have differing opinions on this trick. Here we go. Right. I want to have a look at this. I want everyone at home to look at this as well. I've got 2 little sort of bangly bracelet things, yeah? I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there, which is going to allow me to put one over my thumb and sort of one here. Can you see that there, right?
Yeah.
Now watch. You can see that the one bangle, or the one bracelet, is over the other one. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now watch this. If I just pull, I can actually link them together. They actually link, which is incredible. But look, I'm going to go one step further. Look, maybe you missed it. If I do that again, I can actually unlink them. Now I'm going to go one step further. What I want you to do is come here, give me your hand. And I'm going to stick your hand out like that. That's very good. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put that one there. And I'm going to put this one here. Yeah, do some moving around here. And I'm going to put this one, don't move a muscle. I'm going to put this one here. Spread your thumb out. There you go. Spread it nice and wide. There you go. So this is going to happen on your hand now. So go nice and wide. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Watch right here. Hopefully I can do this. I can actually link them together while they're inside your hand. Is that weird?
Yeah.
But look at this. If I just take them off your thumb and forefinger now, there you go. I can actually unlink it right there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Watch. If I just do this, I have to get in the right spot. Right spot's about there. I can unlink them. And there you go. That's a couple of examples of penetrations that you can do with the prop. Okay, so that's a close-up of what this T1000 does. I cannot stress enough how much I absolutely, completely, and totally hate this trick in every way, shape, and form. The only thing more annoying than this trick is the fact that you like it. Yeah, I like the dice trick. But just because I like the dice trick doesn't mean I'm going to like this trick. First of all, it is really, really fiddly. I mean, we're talking mega fiddly. And with practice, maybe it'll become a little bit less fiddly. I'm sure it will. But it is really, you have to be super careful when you're doing it. The other thing is, a lot of people on the internet have been saying, oh, when they penetrate through, it looks amazing. I don't think it does. I think it looks exactly what is happening. I think it's obvious. I don't think it's a method that really fools people. I think that if anybody had to guess, if you pointed a gun at them and said, guess how this is done, I think they'd probably guess the right method. That's why I don't like it. But there's another reason. Well, first of all, I'll give my other reason in a minute. Why do you like it?
Because it's got penetration. You get that one and you just drop it.
Yeah, but you can't examine it at all. And here's the other problem, right? What are these? What are these? What are they? They're little bangly things that wouldn't fit around my wrist, that's for sure. They don't fit around a wrist. They'll probably fit around your wrist, maybe, just about. So let's just try them on your hand. Yes, they fit around a 7-year-old's wrist, okay. So they're little bangly things that will fit around a 7-year-old's wrist. They definitely won't fit around my wrist. Now, here's the problem with this. Every single, and you say you like the penetrations with it, right? Yeah. Every single penetration that you can do with this, you can do with elastic bands. He even teaches a version of Crazy Man's handcuffs on the actual download. He says, look, this is how to do Crazy Man's handcuffs using these props instead of actually using elastic bands. Why wouldn't you want to use elastic bands? Because if you use elastic bands, you're going to... Yeah?
Can you use elastic bands?
Yeah, everything that you do with these, linking bands, everything.
Does that mean you have to drop it then?
Huh?
Because you can do it with elastic
Yeah,
bands?
you can do everything that you can do with these bands, you can do with an elastic band. Here's the thing,
Can I
though.
drop it down?
What? I don't know what you're talking about, Rye.
I want to drop it down because you can do it.
Oh, you want to drop the mark down?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, he doesn't do much elastic band stuff, do you? You don't really do.
No, but if you can do it in elastic bands, that's
You can do it with elastic bands. Everything that you can do, the linking, the unlinking, that's all done with, that's all linking bands. You can do that with elastic bands. But here's the thing. If you do elastic band magic, right? If you do elastic band magic, yeah? You go up to an audience and you say, look, let me show you something with these two bands. Everybody knows what an elastic band looks like. You pull an elastic band out, they know what they look like. When you do elastic band magic, they can examine the elastic bands beforehand. They can examine the elastic bands afterwards. In a lot of cases, they can examine the elastic bands in the middle of the routine. You can give them elastic bands and get them to hold them. People are aware that what elastic bands can and cannot do. And with this, you're bringing out this little prop that's God alone knows what. You can't have it examined. I know they give you an extra band so you can switch it out and in, but in reality, while you're performing the routine, you cannot have the one band examined. In fact, if anybody comes anywhere near it, you are in trouble. You are in massive trouble. So it can't be examined without doing some sort of creative switch. With an elastic band, you can take 2 elastic bands out, do Crazy Man's handcuffs, do linking bands, do any of the Joe Rainfly stuff that you want to do. You can replicate this exact thing with props that everybody knows what they are.
I've changed it.
What do you mean you've changed it? Have I managed to convince you?
Yeah.
Go on then. What were you going to give it before?
100.
Okay, where are we at now?
60.
Let me continue talking. I'm not going to be happy until we get this down to 0. So, here's the thing, right? The elastic bands, you can replicate the exact same thing. Elastic bands are also examinable. This isn't examinable. Go on.
0.
Good. Because honestly, this is terrible. It looks exactly like what you're doing. If you're going to do it in the hands of the spectators, you need to be very careful because these bands are very, very fiddly. And it's more expensive. The amount that this prop costs, you could buy almost all of Joe Rindflesh's downloads and do a million other things with props that people know what they are. And you know... the one thing this has got going for it is it's a little bit easier than some rubber band material, but not that much easier. It's a little bit easy. You get it, you can do it straight away, you can do the penetration straight away. But once you start playing with it, you'll realize that although you can do it straight away, it's it's not surefire. It is not surefire at all. And I think that what's happened here is somebody said, hey, rubber band magic's popular. How can we replicate rubber band magic? What can we use instead of rubber bands? Well, how about this? Nobody's going to do this. I do rubber band magic at every gig, and there's no way I'm ever going to stop doing rubber band magic instead. And the other thing, by the way, is the gimmicked band, you are going to lose bits off it. Because of how it's made, I guarantee you within 2 weeks, you take it at a gig, you do it at a gig, within 2 weeks of gigging with this, you will not be able to do it again. You're going to lose the things that you need in order to perform it. And then you're left having to buy another one. It's terrible. It's not good. I don't recommend it. It's dreadful. Think of another word that means dreadful. Terrible, dreadful, awful. It sucks. It sucks. It's not very... Please don't buy this. Please, whatever you do, don't buy this. I'm giving it 0%. I think it's...
0.
You've gone from 100 to 0?
No, 100 to 60 to 0.
Okay, good. What we will do, right, is instead of you learning this, we'll take that, right, and we'll put it in the bin. Or we'll build a big fire and we'll burn it. And instead of learning that, I will teach you some rubber band magic. I've not taught you Crazy Man's handcuffs, have I?
No.
I'll teach you Crazy Man's handcuffs.
Or you can sell it and get a lot of money.
No, because I'd feel guilty selling it to somebody and having them have it. It's just not fair on the person that buys it. We will burn it, or we will bury it, or we will destroy it, or we'll put it in the bin. It's dreadful. Yeah. Right, 0% from Ryland, 0% from me, and it gets a big warning from the Craig and Ryland Magic Review Show. Please don't buy it. It's absolutely dreadful. Absolutely. Anyway, that's it for another show. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Me and Ryland will be back next Wednesday. We put content up almost every single day of the week. You know, we've got magic performances going up at 6 o'clock every single day. Marketing for magicians on a Monday. Thursday, magic stuff where I talk magic. And Friday, you got the rant. So please check out all of that. And I'll be back next week. My name's Craig.
My name's Ryland.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.